funny club now. There's a kind of elite group of people who have all worn the outfit. So did you reach out to any of them?
You know, I didn't reach out to any of them. I have talked to many of them since. I had a really interesting encounter. I was buying my kids one Tuesday afternoon. We went to a costume shop, a Halloween shop. There was nobody in the place. The woman proprietor didn't recognize me or didn't care at all that I was in that. And I was in there with my kids, and I heard this voice say, "Oi, is that you? Ben Affleck, is that you here?" I looked around. That's my British accent. Very good. Thank you very much. Thank you. And I looked around, and I saw Christian Bale. And the first thing I thought was, Christian Bale is British? He's such a good actor. I thought, I really was like, and he was very friendly. He was there with his kid buying Halloween costumes too. And apparently she didn't recognize him either. And,
this is quite the store.
It was this Los Angeles costume shop. And he was very generous and kind. He's a wonderful guy. And he said, make sure they put a zipper in that suit. I did 3 movies with no zipper in my outfit. So he gave me some very practical advice. And
did you take that advice?
I did take that advice, and it proved quite useful.
Yes.
Yeah. And he was very, very kind to me and very sweet, and I appreciate it because it would have felt awful if I thought, you know, that he was going around going, "Can you believe what they put in that Batman?"
Win Le Mans again for the Americans and for Ford.
Christian Bale is, I mean, I love your portrayal in this movie, and Christian Bale is such a shapeshifter that he's a completely different guy almost every time you see him. He really is a method actor, is he not? Is he someone who really becomes the character? Because he has this very thick British accent in the movie, and I don't know if that's unusual to work with someone who's working that way, or is it okay?
Some people do. And Christian is a good example of somebody. He'll stay in the voice and in the physicality of the character for the entire time. But he's not, like, I've known his wife longer than him. I've known his wife for more than 20 years. And so we would have very kind of normal conversations on set. It's just that he's speaking in that way, and he's in that physicality. It's not like I say, "Hey, you know, how's CB doing?" And he goes, "I don't know who that is. I'm Ken Miles. I don't know who Christian Bale is."
That would be so annoying.
No, it would just mean he's crazy. You know what I mean? Like, I've laughed. Somebody asked him, we were doing an interview together the other day, and somebody asked him that, and he goes, "It's not," he goes, "if that were the case, when I got in the car and drove away, I'd just keep going."
Right.
He's like, "You know, we get a call sheet every day. It says you have to show up here at 7 in the morning, and we got to start working." And he's like, "We know we're making a movie." It's just, that's what works for him. And that guy's process is clearly working well. So you can't, you know what I mean? It's like, that is absolute, it's just a kind of a practical thing for him.
I don't know where you are, Christian. You commit to your roles in ways that I can only dream of. I just, you never turn in a bad performance. It's infuriating. I wish you would. One time, just suck once. It'd be great, okay?
It's such an iconic role, and you're following in the footsteps of Christian Bale and Ben Affleck and even Michael Keaton. Have you received any advice from them?
I saw Christian being asked it, and he was talking about needing a space. He was like, figure out a way where you can have where you can go to the bathroom. And I was like, advice take.
What's your feelings on Christian Bale's portrayal?
I got slightly misinterpreted at the last Comic-Con because I actually think he's incredible. I think he's really phenomenal. He's kind of a definitive Batman for the live action Batman. I think he's fantastic. But I think that Michael Keaton was fantastic. George Clooney. I mean, hey, calm down. I can't go there. lots of different ways. Now, there are lots of different ways to play the role. But I think that Christian Bale and Adam West.
Yeah, when Christian puts on that suit, it's really there. There's no added digital anything. That just looks like a movie when he's got it on. And
he changes in the suit, doesn't he?
Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah, there's something that's quite forbidding about him when he's on the set with you.
Well, he looks like a legend. He doesn't look like a person anymore. He looks like...
Yeah.
The Batman.
He looks like the Batman, yeah.
Yeah.
Christian is what I call, and I mean this in the best way, the method psycho actor guy, you know. So he's gained weight, he's doing the whole Daniel Day-Lewis thing, you know. He's getting picked up at 2 in the morning, you know, and he's got kids, and he goes into hair and makeup for 4 hours. I think Carell does too, and I think Amy does too. I'm in the chair for, I don't know, 2.5, 3 hours. And that's a lot for me, and I'm fidgety, and I'm moving around, you know, talking to people, looking at Bush, you know. And yeah, it's a lot. I don't know how Christian Bale's doing it. He's a very patient man. Christian has an intensity that is really great for Chaney. It's a very, you know, he's got a great kind of alpha male energy that is so good for Chaney because Chaney was, you know, behind the shadows a little bit, you know. So it's interesting to cast a kind of an alpha male in as Chaney. I think it's a really fascinating piece of casting.
And there's so many amazing people in the cast as well. Was there anyone in particular you were most looking forward to meeting?
Everyone. I mean, just everyone. My first day that I was sitting in between Christian and Tom. I'm just like, oh my gosh, these guys, they're just like talent sandwich right here. And they're I mean, like, they're two of the best actors of their generation. They could possibly be two of the best actors of all time. And I'm like, what are we gonna talk about? Like, what, gonna talk about politics or world events? Or are we gonna talk about like the method or what's gonna happen? And we talked about Angry Birds.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and they were telling, because I never played it, and I was asking, and so they started talking about that they liked the game, and I thought, well, maybe I should try it. So it was just, in spite of the fact that these are some of the most brilliant actors ever, they're also very normal people, so it was really lovely to just hear about their lives and get to know them.
Christian and I met just to chat and said, let's find something. He's always good in everything, but he has really matured now and come into his own, and is particularly magnificent as Moses.
After that, I think probably do Batman.
Oh, another Batman, that's good, yeah. Hooray! Christian Bale again.
Yeah.
I like Christian Bale.
I like Christian Bale.
I think Christian Bale is great. Do you remember when they had that thing where they released the tapes of him being all angry on a film set?
Yeah.
And he got in trouble, and I went mad. I was like, you pay this guy to be unstable and crazy, right? And then when he's unstable and crazy, you go, oh, that's disgraceful. I mean, you pay him to be unstable and crazy.
But I wasn't surprised at that at all, because I used to have a very bad temper. I don't now.
Right.
But I used to. And, I mean, what Christian did was quite pale to what I would do sometimes. Yeah, he did about 10 minutes. I once did 45 minutes.
Really?
Yeah, but there was no one recording it. Well, I think they started and ran out of tape.
But I think what happens, though, if you ask an actor to be all kind of, you know, keyed up and tense, and they've been waiting around all day to be a certain way, and then you kind of, you know...
You know what worried me about that?
What?
That was a big special effects picture, right?
Right.
It takes ages for it to come out.
Right.
They recorded this during shooting, and the record never came on the television and the radio till the week it was being released.
Yeah.
Isn't that suspicious?
It is. It's almost as if the studio were in some way.
Exactly, yeah. And you know what they're like?
You know, I do.
Yeah.
They're slimy
Christian is a lovely boy.
He is nice, Christian.
Yeah,
I've never met him, but I've decided he's nice.
I know him very well. Take my word for it. I'm his butler. I look after. I brought the boy up.
Yeah, you did. You're out.
You've been cast as a villainous Bane in The Dark Knight Rises. Have you managed to kick Batman's arse yet?
managed to kick his ass yet. I wouldn't want to. Christian Bale is not the kind of guy you want to piss off. So we negotiate these fight scenes. Do you know what I mean? So I can't answer that.
Good. He's a wonderful actor. He's a great actor. He was very helpful. It's really very important that he was there to help with the hair stuff and just in general to know him, get a sense of what kind of person he was. I didn't do him literally. I would never attempt that. But there were things that I understood how he was, his age, where he's from, the whole, his sentiment, feelings about things. It was really good to get to know him a little bit, and then do the character the way I thought it could be done. So it was terrific to work with him.
Ever not surprised at the level that Christian Bale goes through to like transform himself pull off these roles?
He's amazing. It's not surprising, but it's impressive. You know, I've come to recognize that if I'm going to be in a film with Christian, I'm going to have to show up, you know. I always like to show up, but when I'm in a film with him...
No, I get it. So he's,
no, but it really does.
So he's like an extra motivator.
Oh, yeah. I'm completely incentivized. And especially playing a role like Lynn, I knew that I was going to have the confidence in the performance that you believed that she could be side by side with this man of power. And you had to believe their relationship and their love story. So, I mean, I couldn't approach this with any, you know, caution, really. I had to be sort of fearless and dive in.
Are you excited about what's going on with that franchise now, or do you pay attention? Or
I don't know enough. I've never really seen any of them beginning to end. Not for any real reason except that, you know, I don't see there's a lot of movies I don't see, so I can't really comment on them except that what I've seen of what Chris Nolan did is he's so great, you know. He's just smart and I'm sure they're good. I don't know, but Christian Bale's like a monster. This guy's a great actor, you know.
Well, you and him have got that voice thing going on that you can do.
No. Let's be clear. I got the voice thing going.
You are amazing, Michael Keaton. Thank you so much.
Me as a duet with Christian, you guys have worked together obviously many times before. What are there kind of keys to that relationship that Lynn and Dick had that the two of you maybe found as a shorthand or something? It's almost like there's almost a sense of Adam and I were talking about this, like reverse manifest destiny. Like rather than going out to the west, these are two people who said we're going to go back east and kind of bring our power there. Was there anything a shorthand maybe that you and Christian found to kind of click these relationships?
I mean, I think the real gift of working, the gift of working with Christian at all, but the gift of working with him now 3 times is sort of this this unspoken trust that I know that I have for him, and I hope that he has with me, where I so trust where he's going, and he's so thoughtful. Everything has meaning, and so really to just get to be a dance partner is kind of how I think of it with Christian, because even though I realized in all of the films, which is so funny, that I actually am kind of controlling him, and yet it's true. I'm like, I kind of like that. But as an actor, I really feel like he's the one in the lead, you know, just because of how thoughtful he is and how much I've learned from him over the years, from The Fighter to American Hustle to now. His commitment, his work ethic, everything. I just have so much respect for him and how much he puts into everything. What we did, I love the Shakespeare scene was the one thing that we really talked about and worked on. I was practicing it for a while, right, on set. And I kind of thought I would challenge Christian, thinking like, he's got to work every day. There's no way he'll win. Of like, who's going to memorize it first? Because in the actual shooting, it was a fair bit longer. And I lost, of course. Never challenge Christian Bale to an acting challenge. That's what I learned. But that thing, I could go on and on. I just feel really fortunate to have been able to sort of dance these dances that we've had, and I feel like that's a gift to get to develop a relationship with an actor over the course of a career like that.